What's going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Anthony here with Empire Music. I'm going to show off one of my favorite basses in the shop today. This is a Fender Custom Shop Postmodern P bass. It's modeled after a few different basses, so it's a little more than just a P bass by way of specs, although pickup-wise, it's just a straight P. If you're digging our videos, take a second here and just hit subscribe down here on YouTube or like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram if you're not already doing so. Please, we always really appreciate that. Helps us kind of get our word out there as far as what we offer here in the shop and kind of some of the services that we have here and some of the customer service experience that we're able to offer here in the shop here in Pittsburgh, PA, regardless of kind of where you're watching this at. So back to the bass. Fender Custom Shop Postmodern P bass. Postmodern, what's that mean? So a lot of times when you see that word on a Fender Custom Shop instrument, whether it's a Telecaster or a Strat or a P bass, J bass, whatever that might be, postmodern means it's blending kind of some old stuff with some new stuff, trying to make it as most, try to offer the most to the modern player that might be looking for a little bit of vintage vibe, a little bit of modern vibe, a little bit of modern playability with that vintage vibe. So, that said, this is a P bass. But look, it says jazz bass on there. Crazy, I know, it's not blowing up in my hands either, it's weird. So the thought behind that is there's a lot of times that you see guys that have had a P bass that don't want that wider spacing, whether that's an 1 3/4 like a vintage one or an 1 5/8 like a more modern P bass. They want that 1.5 inch spacing. So they'll put a J neck on a P bass. So Fender did that before you buy it. So you're buying a P bass body with a J neck. 1.5 inch at the nut, that's a bone nut. But modern touch here, you have the new school tapered style tuning machines, not reverse wound. A little piece of tape on there too. Not reverse wound like a lot of the Fender Custom Shop instruments that we see. Worn neck, beautiful, feels great on the hand. That's kind of right where we don't want that tackiness that the nitro finish can give us. So that's worn in, that's really nice. Round laminate rosewood fretboard, great, 9.5 radius. So, old school look, but a new school touch, 9.5 degree radius, not a 7 1/4. Which, come to think of it, maybe older jazz basses might have been a 9.5. I'm not exactly sure on that. So, but this is a 9.5 degree radius here. What's under the hood here, or under the pickup cover, so to speak, is a killer pickup. That's a 62 hand wound P pickup in it. You can't see it. Trust me, it's there. I wouldn't lie to you. And then back here, another kind of modern touch. You have the RSD high mass bridge. So, kind of Fender's version of what like a badass bridge would have been, like a Leo Kwan. These are great, add a lot of sustain. We'll let Brent get in there too. You can string through the bridge or you can string through the body. It comes strung through the body. And as you also see back here, modern touch to a vintage kind of style. Vintage pickup, modern neck heel. So it's the contoured neck heel like you'd see on the Elite basses. So, like I said, a blend of everything. Nitro finish on it though. Tortoise pick guard, Journeyman relic package. So you see some real nice, just a few little dings and bumps in the finish. It's got a little bit of aging to it. It's gonna age more as you play. On a personal note, I just picked up a Fender Custom Shop bass recently, and I can already see where, I'm playing a lot. It's starting to wear a little bit. It's getting tackier there with that nitro finish. It's a nice touch on there. Also, the bass that I bought was a 58 P bass, although it has a 62 hand wound pickup in it, which is just like this one. They are absolutely thunderous. They sound so good. So much vintage vibe coming out of it. Real tubby, real woody kind of sound that you want to get out of a P bass. Very sensitive to touch. The weird thing is, I always take this stuff off. Mine came with the bridge pickup, the bridge cover on it, and the pickup cover on it. I got rid of those things because I have a tendency to play right over the pickup, not up here. And if I'm palm muting, what you can do here, even though this is still kind of in my way, where I would palm mute, get the fleshy part of your hand there over the bridge, the saddles, and you're kind of plucking with your index finger and your thumb. So I'd take this thing off. if I had it, and I did on mine. But nonetheless, those pickups are absolutely monstrous. I'll just play a little bit and let you kind of hear how you attack. As you know, in all my videos, I'm a big fan of like moving your hand to get the sound, not necessarily tweaking the knobs down here. Not that you have too much to tweak on a P bass, it's just a volume and a tone on there. So playing fingerstyle up here, normally I would play this right here and pull a little bit more definition out. So it's going to be a little bit tubbier than what I would normally play it at, unless I wanted that kind of deep dubby reggae kind of tone up here. But you'll really hear as I dig the snap that comes out of it from that pickup. And when I don't, how much kind of more round it gets. So yeah, so if you're playing fingerstyle on it, you got that really nice, just old school P bass sound all the way. You hear as I dig in there, it instantly changes the tonality of it, or kind of the finish of the note there. Just even within like one line, how I'm approaching different notes with a little bit more attack, that aggressive bite, the character starts to come out on there. Slap tone's real nice on it too. For a P, I mean, I prefer, if I'm gonna slap, which is very rare, I prefer a jazz bass. I like the crispness that kind of gives, but on a P, nice. And an articulate playing, more chord work, you know, if you're back here at the bridge, it's going to dial that right in for you. All that stuff comes out. If you're listening through like computer speakers or your phone speakers, like that low end might not be like super present to it, but I guarantee if you put headphones on, and Brent does his job well, which I'm sure he will, you're really gonna hear like everything come out super, super good. Low end is just massive on this stuff. So, kind of my little pick of the week, just my little showcase that I want to just show you guys. We have one of these in stock. I don't think Fender has them anymore. This is a really, really good chance for any bass players out there to get a workhorse bass that's going to give you modern playability. It's going to give you vintage sound totally. I'm a personal endorser of that pickup, that 62 hand wound. On gigs, it's been great. I've done some recordings with it. It's been absolutely fantastic. This is a beast of a bass, a whole lot of tone coming out of this thing. So Fender Custom Shop, Postmodern P bass. Don't be confused by what it says on the neck there. It does have a J neck. This is all P bass, baby. So yeah, give me a call at the shop personally, 412-343-5299. EmpireMusicOnline.com is the website. If you'd like to see some more specs, we'll put a link in the listing. Whenever I put this up, I'll put a link in there so you can see all those specs kind of on the screen. And like I said, any questions, call me here at the shop. Please hit subscribe. Please turn notifications on for Empire Music, Facebook, Instagram. We're here for you. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you're local, stop in the shop. Love to see your smiling faces. All right, guys. Thanks.